A new God of War has finally made its way to the PlayStation 4, and is better than ever. It has received perfect 10s and tons of praise from fans and reviewers. However, this God of War is very different than what many fans would expect. Much like what Breath of the Wild did for the Zelda series, this new God of War looks to do the same with its own franchise. Breaking old conventions, removing past concepts, gameplay mechanics. But why did they do this? I mean, why remove the features that the hardcore fans of the original series loved? Well, the developers have said that they want to give the fans something truly new, groundbreaking, and special, along with a huge upgrade in graphics, level design, and storytelling. Here are the top 5 best things about this new God of War, and we'll even touch on how it's different from past games in the series. Keep in mind some minor spoilers may occur. Number 5 is a short one, converting religion. As a way to reboot the series without completely starting over, Kratos has escaped from a world centered around worshipping Zeus and others. He is now living in a world that exists within Nordic mythology. So instead of fighting Hercules to the death like in God of War 3, be prepared to have conflicts with Thor, Loki, Odin, and many others. Number 4, continuous gameplay. This is probably the most important for me. This game never stops, literally. There are no camera cuts for cutscenes or anything like that during this game. The camera will follow you from the moment you start playing until the end of the game. You won't reach an important area and be shown a 5 to 10 minute cutscene filling you in on what someone else is doing. The camera does pan around and temporarily leave its love of Kratos' back on occasion, but 99% of the time you're going to have this huge muscly back taking up a portion of your screen. Joking aside, this is a new and very refreshing way to tell a story, putting a huge focus on Kratos and his son, giving us no camera breaks, traditional style cutscenes, or anything else. On top of everything, it makes you feel like you are a part of the action. Number 3 is probably the most important, his son. Kratos' entire purpose of taking revenge on the gods in the original games was because he was overcome by the power given to him by the original God of War, and sadly ended up killing his family. When he became conscious and aware of what happened, he took his revenge by killing Ares and becoming the new God of War. He then took action against the other gods of Mount Olympus, ending in God of War 3 where he kills Zeus, the god of the gods or king of the gods, whatever title you choose to give Zeus. The entire reason for all of this, again, was because he unwillingly killed his family. Now, Kratos has a new family. Kratos has a son, Atreus. This gives him a second chance at fatherhood. However, being a father in this game doesn't just mean that his son is just going to be another important NPC. No, he is as much a part of the game as Kratos. He is the Robin to your Batman. Not only is Kratos learning how to become a passionate and caring father, with your son by your side on your adventure, he is teaching him everything he knows. But Atreus is also teaching Kratos. As your sidekick, he will offer help, tips, advice, dialogue to move the story forward, and his very impressive AI gives him intelligence far beyond a normal sidekick NPC. At times, he will do such a great job at attacking an enemy or saving you that you will think he is being controlled by someone who actually knows what they're doing. Number 2. Kratos isn't a rage-filled killing machine. One of the tropes of Kratos is also one of the biggest complaints people have. Personally, I love the God of War series, but if you ask someone what they dislike about the God of War series, one of the most common answers is Kratos' personality. Ironically, this is also why a lot of people love him. So, love him or hate him, the developers seem to have shared the same thought. This time, they actually give Kratos a personality. He isn't just a killing robot with his rage setting dialed to 11. From the very first trailer we see him coming to grips with his place in the world, with being a father, which we touched on previously. And his son, Atreus, isn't just a sidekick as we also discussed. He is also a plot device. He is one of the main reasons that Kratos has changed his ways. He shows Kratos how to be human. Over time, you see Kratos caring more and more. You see his true personality coming through, and not just the pissed off god killer that screams so much he sounds like he is constantly stepping on Lego blocks and thumbtacks. Fans of the old Kratos don't need to worry though. You still get more than enough of his rage-fueled moments to be satisfied. Before we make our way to the final thing you need to know, please take a quick second to subscribe, like this video, click the notification bell, and share your thoughts on the new God of War in the comments below, as well as let us know what games you would like to see us cover next. And, as always, if we choose a game you selected, we will give you a shout out during that video. Finally, number 1, the action. In past games, the action with Kratos has been super fast paced. You sling chains around and it essentially just becomes a button mashing fest with some quick time events. This time, it is almost the opposite. You will still have those moments that feel familiar to the original. However, this time, you begin with an axe. Think of it as a sharp brother of Thor's hammer. Because your blades are no longer on chains, most of the game will see the action up close and personal. You'll be attacking smarter and using different techniques as opposed to rapidly pressing the same button combinations. Not only will you be playing smarter, but the enemies also seem smarter. The new techniques, attacks, weapons, powers, abilities, armor, and everything else adds so much variation that no matter what style you play in, you will find the perfect combination to take on the Norse gods or anyone else that gets in your way. Now, one concern is, with the camera staying so close during combat, how will this affect huge boss fights? Well, don't worry. The boss fights remind me of the classic God of War boss fights, mixed a bit with gameplay from boss fights that you would expect from the Zelda franchise. And now we have reached the end of the video, so I ask you if you would like to see more from our channel, which focuses mainly on Nintendo and Zelda, please subscribe. Give this video a like, comment your thoughts below. It all really does help out a lot. And as always, thank you for watching.